We know what we should do, we're just too afraid to do it. I hope you accept that higher call. You put this courage in service of something greater than yourself. I'm Ryan Holiday. I've written now 11 or 12 books. I don't even know about Stoic philosophy. I've been lucky enough to speak all over the world to the NBA, the NFL, special forces, and sitting senators. I know you're busy. Nobody has as much time to read as they like. So what I thought I would do in today's episode is give you my new book. If you haven't had time to read it, I will give it to you in less than 5 minutes. I don't care if there's spoilers in here. I don't care if it means you don't buy it. What I care about is courage and a world in which courage is more commonplace. Courage is one of the 4 Stoic virtues. We call these the cardinal virtues because it comes from the Latin word cardos, which means hinge. These are pivotal things upon which the good life hinges. C.S. Lewis says, courage is all the other virtues at the testing point. But what is courage? Some people say that there's 2 kinds of courage. There's moral courage and physical courage. My argument is that actually these are the same kinds of courage, that courage is at the simplest level just putting your ass on the line. For something, for someone, figuratively, literally, it's putting yourself out there, it's taking risks. The first part is the idea of fear, right? We're in this battle with fear. I talk about Florence Nightingale. Florence Nightingale, for 16 years, ignores this call. It comes from God, it comes from her inner genius or spirit, but it says you need to be of service. She comes from a rich family, her parents don't want her to do this, and she rejects the call, right? We talk about the hero's journey. She rejects the call to courage, to greatness for 16 years. Finally, the call says, are you gonna let what other people think deter you from my service? She realizes no, she goes into nursing, she becomes a great hero, saves hundreds of thousands of lives, revolutionizes nursing. There's a reason that the most repeated phrase in the Bible is do not be afraid. Been afraid for centuries, for thousands of years. We have to get over this fear to do what we need to do. Everything we need in this life is on that other side of that. Then courage. Courage is when you get over fear. It's the triumph over fear. It's pushing through that fear, to put yourself out there, to go. It's to break through and do that courageous, scary thing. And we all know every great thing was scary at first. No one said, oh, that's an amazing idea, you should absolutely do it. They said, don't do it, it's not gonna work. And someone had to push through. It's the idea of beating the odds. If everyone listened to the odds, we'd never have progress. There's this great quote that progress depends on the unreasonable man. The reasonable person bends to the odds, bends to the doubts. The unreasonable person says, I believe I can do it. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to push through and do it. So we need courageous people in this life. The third part of the book, this is the most essential part. This is the level beyond courage. Heroism, the highest level, is Maya Moore leaving the WNBA, where she is equally dominant, to help free a man wrongly imprisoned, right? Heroism is when you use courage, when you put yourself out there for someone or something else. It's about selflessness. We understand why people are scared to risk things. We also understand why people risk things. It's to gain things. But what about the 300 Spartans who marched out against impossible odds just to hold the Persians off for a few days to buy their countrymen some time? That's the heroic level, and that's the most important thing. The bravery in those few seconds is great, but what about the bravery when the person knows they're not even going to get to experience the benefits of that bravery? So I see courage then as that kind of 3-part process. First, the battle with fear. Second, the struggle to be courageous. And then finally, the call to this higher level, this transcendent level. That's where we're trying to get. That's the concept of the new book. It's the first in my 4 Virtues series. I hope that's a taste for you. And anyway, I'm so proud of this new book. I will give you a signed copy of it. We'll give away 5 signed copies to anyone who fills out the link below. You fill out the link, we'll do a contest. We'll pick a winner. I'll sign them for you and we'll mail you the copy. No purchase necessary. We're gonna pick 5 winners, but the only way to enter is to sign up at the link below. Give your email address, you'll be entered, and you could win a signed copy of Courage is Calling, Fortune Favors the Brave. Every day now for 5 years, I have written an email about Stoicism. It's the largest community of Stoics ever before in history. You can sign up at dailystoic.com/daily email. It's totally free.